This message is for you, because right now, your heart is tired, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You've been holding too much inside, smiling in front of others, but struggling within, thinking too much, feeling too much, carrying too much, and sometimes, you don't even know why you feel this way, but Jesus is saying, my child, I see your heart. He sees the pressure you feel, he sees the silent battles you fight, he sees the weight you carry every day, and today. He is saying, you don't have to carry this anymore. Because God is about to restore your peace, not temporary peace, not fake peace, but real, deep, lasting peace, the kind of peace that calms your mind, that settles your heart, that removes your fear, and this peace is coming from God. Right now, your mind feels restless, too many thoughts, too many worries, too many what-ifs. And it's exhausting. You try to relax, but your mind doesn't stop. You try to feel calm, but the thoughts keep coming back. But Jesus is saying, my child, be still. You don't have to think about everything, you don't have to solve everything, because not everything is in your control. Some things belong to God, and when you let go, God steps in. Now listen carefully. Peace does not come from controlling everything. Peace comes from trusting God. Jesus is saying, trust me with your life. Trust Him with your future. Trust Him with your problems. Trust Him with your worries, because God already knows what you are going through, and He already has a plan. Now, take a slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your mind quiet down. Just a little. You have been holding on to so much, worries about the future, regret about the past, pressure about the present, and all of it is sitting heavy on your heart, but Jesus is saying, my child, release it. Release the thoughts that keep you up at night, release the fears that keep repeating in your mind, release the pressure to have everything figured out. You don't have to carry it anymore, because the moment you let go, God begins to take over, and when God takes over, peace begins. Now listen carefully. Peace is not something you chase, it is something you receive, and it comes when you stop trying to control everything. You've been trying to manage every outcome, trying to predict what will happen, trying to avoid every possible problem, and it has made you tired. But Jesus is saying, my child, you don't need to control your life. Because He already is. God is already ahead of you, preparing things you cannot see, fixing things you cannot fix. So instead of stressing, start trusting, because trust brings peace. Now hear this clearly. Healing is happening inside you, even if it's quiet, even if it's slow. God is working within your heart. He is removing anxiety. He is calming your thoughts. He is bringing you back to balance. Jesus is saying, my child, I am restoring your peace. This is not temporary. This is not just a moment. This is the beginning of a new state of mind, a peaceful mind, a steady heart, a trusting spirit. Now, something inside you feels different. The noise in your mind is not as loud. The fear in your heart is not as strong. There is a calmness growing within you. That is peace. Jesus is saying, my child, receive my peace. Not the kind of peace the world gives, but the kind that stays, even when life is uncertain. You may not have all the answers, but you have something more powerful, trust, and that trust is changing you. Now listen carefully. With peace comes clarity. When your mind is calm, you start to see things differently. Things that once confused you now begin to make sense. You understand why certain things happened, why certain people left, why certain doors closed. Jesus is saying, my child, now you can see. Not everything at once, but enough to move forward, and that clarity will guide your next steps. Now hear this clearly. Your life is beginning to shift, not in a loud way, but in a real way. You are thinking differently, you are reacting differently, you are choosing differently, and because of that, your life will change. Jesus is saying, my child. This is your new path. A path of peace, a path of purpose, a path of faith, and this time, you are ready. Now, pause and reflect. Look at how much you have changed. Not everything around you is perfect, but something inside you is different. You are calmer, you are stronger, you are more at peace. Jesus is saying, my child. I have been working in you. Every moment of silence, every moment of waiting, was shaping you, and now, you are not reacting from fear, you are responding with faith. That is transformation. Now listen carefully. Your inner peace will begin to change your outer life. When your mind is calm, your decisions become clear. When your heart is steady, your path becomes stronger, and slowly, you will start to see results. Situations will improve, opportunities will appear, things will begin to flow. Jesus is saying, my child. This is the life I am giving you. A life with less fear, a life with more peace. Now hear this clearly. You are stepping into a new way of living, not controlled by fear, not driven by stress, but guided by peace. Jesus is saying, my child. Keep walking with me. Because this is not the end, this is the beginning of a better life, a life where you trust more, a life where you worry less, a life where you feel God's presence. If you accept this new peaceful life, type Amen and walk forward in faith. Now, stay here for a moment, don't rush away, because this is your moment of realization. Look at yourself. After everything you've been through, you are still standing, not broken, not defeated, but stronger. You faced the stress, you faced the confusion, you faced the silent battles no one knew about, and you made it through. Jesus is saying, my child. I never left you. Even when you felt alone, even when your prayers felt unanswered, God was right there, holding you, guiding you, protecting you. Now hear this clearly. You are not the same person anymore. You are calmer, you are wiser, you are filled with a peace you didn't have before, and this version of you is ready for a better life, ready for a peaceful future, ready to walk with God. This is your new beginning, not temporary, not uncertain, but real. So don't go back to old fear, don't return to old stress, don't pick up the same worries again. Leave them behind, because where you are going requires peace, requires trust, requires faith, and now, you have all three. Jesus is saying, my child. Walk forward with me. Because your future is safe in His hands, and your life is moving in the right direction. This is your turning point, your new life, your peaceful beginning. If you feel peace in your heart right now, if you believe God is guiding your life, type Amen and step into your new journey.